today I thought I'd bring you along with my Sunday preps. I don't have a whole lot of time this afternoon, and let me just show you what I got going on back here. I've got to throw a few things on, and I don't know. I'll just have to look at it as I go along. I've got so much today. I've got choir practice this afternoon, and it is already after 1 o'clock. Let me show you what I got back here. Okay, so in my little bitty crock pot, I'm going to go ahead and set this to high. All I did was spray it down with some avocado spray, and I seasoned the bottom before I put the chicken in. And this is just 2 chicken breasts. They're thawed from Sam's Club. Y'all, that's some big chicken breasts. Those are some definitely blessed chickens, right? So, and I'm sprinkling this seasoning on here. I put it on the bottom, so I'm also going to put some on the top. And I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to get the lid on here. It is 1:13 now. And let me get the lid on here and see what I got going on next. Alright, I do have the chicken going. Did I mention the butter? I just put, that's not even 2 tablespoons of butter. It's just what was left in a little butter, the little butter paper or whatever it was. So I just stuck that on top. Got that going on low. Now I've got this pot. It's kind of a deep pot. And I'm going to put this ground beef that I picked up yesterday at the little butcher shop. Guess how big this was. 3.5 pounds. I'm going to brown this all up in here. I'm going to put about a cup of just plain water in here and mix that in. What that will do is cause a really fine consistency in the ground beef, which is what I like. So let me get this in here and add the water. Alright, the ground beef is in, the water is in. If you can see it over here, the water's in there, right there. So I'm just going to break this up, break up the ground beef a little bit, and then get the water stirred in and let that go. Just going to cook up this ground beef all the way. Okay, I've got the water stirred into the ground beef. I'm just going to let this cook. It's on high. I think I'm going to cut it down to like medium high. And let it go like that and keep stirring occasionally. And I've got this little pot prepared with just some aluminum foil. And when I get done, I'm going to drain this into this so that I don't have any ground beef grease going down my sink when I wash this pot. I have finished browning up the ground beef. The stove is off. I did drain everything over here into this. That's very hot. And this is not all grease. Remember, I did put about a cup of water in here. So that's water with the grease mixed in. So I'm going to, there's no seasoning at all. No seasoning at all in here. So I'm going to put a little of this salt and pepper and garlic is what that is. And remember, this is like 3.5 pounds of ground beef. So I need to put a lot in here to season this because there's a lot of meat. And that's probably enough. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of onion powder, since that was just salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm going to put a little onion powder, mix this together, and I'll be back. Okay, I did get the seasonings all mixed in. I added a little garlic powder. I did taste it for seasoning. It is not overly seasoned. Matter of fact, it's just a little bit bland, but I'm going to leave it like that. And then I can season it up with the other things, the other meals I'm making with it this week. So I like how, you see how that's, the consistency is mostly fine. It's not real big and clumpy. And this is the way I like it. Okay, this has to cool, and then I can put it away in the refrigerator. Okay, my ground beef has cooled, and I've put it into these containers. What it is these things I get from Sam's Club, and right now they've got these on sale at Sam's Club for, I forget exactly what it is, between $6 and $7. So these are really good leftover food containers, which are good for taking to work for lunches and things like that. And they're not expensive. They're 60 pieces, which is 30 lids and 30 bottoms. And they last a while, but when you're done with them, you're not out that much because they're not expensive. So I like to get these to have them so that I can pack up lunches. Now I'm going to put both of these as 2 containers packed to the top with the ground beef mixture. This is still cooling, so I cannot dump it. And these I'm going to put in the refrigerator. What I'll do is take one to work for, I'm doing Big Mac salad, so I'll take one to work and heat up enough for 1 salad. So one of these is going to be basically 5 salads. There's 5 days this week, 5 work days. So I need to divide this by 5, which is plenty because, you know, I still got to do the lettuce and everything to go with this. And so let me get the lids on this and get a little bit of stuff cleaned up. Let's check on the chicken over here. It's been cooking for a little while. It's not done, but it's smelling really good. That was probably dumb. I let all the heat out. Now it's got to heat back up, but that's okay. I mean, if it gets too far along and I'm not quite ready for it, I can always cut it down to low because right now it's on high. Okay, I'm going to clean all this up. Alright, I got the chicken cooked. One breast I left whole like this. I'm going to put that in the refrigerator when it cools off. The other one I chopped up, and I've got a little bit of olive oil in here. I'm going to turn this on, put it on high, and I've got this pepper and onion blend. I'm going to put not quite half of the bag, maybe 1/3 of that bag in there. And I'm going to cook that up, put the chicken, this taco seasoning that I got from Thrive Market. That's another whole video of where I had a fraudulent transaction on my debit card, and I got the stuff anyways. So can't send it back because I don't have an account, so I'm just going to use it. So I'm going to use that packet and make the fajitas and put that up when it's done, and figure out the rest of what I'm doing this evening. Alright, it is Monday night, and I did not film Sunday evening's ending product of dinner, but this is what's left. This is what's left from our chicken fajitas. We just use these little 0 carb tortilla wraps by Mission, and we got some of those left, plenty of those left, but maybe only enough of the chicken fajita mix to maybe make 2 of those. I don't know, but anyways, put that back in the fridge. So tonight I was planning on doing Italian sausage with coleslaw mix. Well, coleslaw mix, not coleslaw mix. I was going to do the cabbage, so I got the coleslaw mix, and I'm going to use part of it to make coleslaw. I'm going to use part of it in this casserole tonight, and I'm going to use part of it in another recipe. I got enough to use for 3 recipes. So what I'm going to start with is, well, I switched to the Cajun smoked sausage because I have this, and I know I've got Italian sausage in the freezer somewhere, but I was in a hurry. I couldn't find it, so I did have this right there, so I grabbed it. So we're gonna just do Cajun sausage instead of Italian sausage. And I'm just gonna spray my pan here with some avocado spray. Season up the coleslaw mix with a little bit of the salt, pepper, and garlic blend, and a little onion powder. Dot with butter. Chop the sausage, put it on top. It's going to go in the oven. So let me get all this ready. Okay, this is ready to go in the oven. I'm not going to cover it. I'm going to cook it. I've got the oven set at 400 degrees, so I'm going to cook it for about 25 or 30 minutes. Pull it out, stir it around, and then I'll just have to judge when I stir it around to see how much more I think it needs cooking. It might take a total of 45 minutes. So, and you know that I put 4 good handfuls of that coleslaw mix in here, but it shrinks down, so you got to keep that in mind when you're adding cabbage like this. It's going to shrink down. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I wanted to show you, I put about half that stick of butter on here. I put it in the oven for about 25 minutes. See that cabbage has shrunk down, and I'm just gonna, well, it's gonna take 2 hands. I'm gonna stir this around, and I'll show you. Just a second here. Okay, I got it stirred around, and I'm going to pop it back in the oven. I think I'll put it in for about 15 more minutes, and then come check on it and see if it's done. Okay, the casserole is done. I just spooned out some into my little bowl here. This took a total, at 400 degrees, it took a total of 40 minutes. So, yep, that's tonight's dinner.